Hi guys, it's Tracy from TMC Coaching and you are watching From the Garage. Well, this is the weekend and I got home and showered up and got into my comfy clothes for starting out a good weekend, spending some time with my family tonight. I hope you get to spend some time with your loved ones this weekend. Have a great weekend. Before we get into the weekend, let's consider something that is apparently a pain point of some of the businesses that I'm serving. Possibly in your own industry, in your own company, you're dealing with this same pain point. How do we truly feel about the training program for those that we're bringing in new to our team? There's a reason why I'm wearing this shirt. Of all the Star Trek feature films that have been put out there, my favorite was back in the days of William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy and DeForest Kelley. The second installment of the Star Trek feature films involved Ricardo Montalban playing Khan. It was subtitled The Wrath of Khan. And I'm not going to bore you with all that, especially if there may be other people watching that right now that are just have no desire for watching Star Trek at all. I get it. That's okay. One day we all need to grow up and then we'll be Star Trek lovers, right? Anyway, point is, the movie opens up. And when the movie opens up, it opens up with a scene of new cadets being trained in this basically unbeatable scenario called the Kobayashi Maru. That's not important. What's important, I thought, was the level of detail they put into training their new cadets. Well, training new hires seems to be something that's lacking among companies today. It could be it's a system that's outdated. It could be that they're missing a process. They don't have a process. It could be that they don't have a person in that seat taking ownership and accountability for the role of training the new hires. They don't have a plan. Well, how are we ever going to get our new hires to become independent in their position without having a chaperone, without having someone to shadow them, if we don't emphasize a clear path to team building, a clear path to being experienced and understanding what the expectations are? We need to be trained. Think back to your own training. What was it like? The job that you're in right now, or some of the training programs that you've been involved with, some of the other jobs that you've taken before, what was the training like? Was it disjointed? Did it feel like it was not well planned, it wasn't organized, or even sporadic? Like sometimes you came in and they just said, just work here for a while, and then other times you came in on the plan and it was something else and you're going to be in this position somewhere else. Well, understand this, that training programs, if they're going to be effective, they have to be well designed. It's possible that your training program is well designed. Good for you. You're one of the few, though, that have a well designed plan. Clearly being presented to the team members, and then also giving the team members a sense of value and accomplishment once they are now independent. Legendary coach John Wooden, after he retired after 12 seasons, he had 10 titles that he earned in those 12 seasons for coaching for the UCLA basketball team. And when he was asked several years after his retirement about what he missed most, he said one word: practice. He missed practice. It wasn't the games. It wasn't the prestige, the honor, the fan base. He missed being involved in practice. I guess you could say this, that if you want to have 10 winning seasons, 10 NCAA titles, you're going to have to commit yourself to a lot of practice, a lot of training. That just helps you to understand the degree of training, how important it is for a successful industry. The most successful businesses that are out there today have emphasized many different things. I know we've touched on having a winning culture in your business. And that winning culture stems from knowing very clearly what the business's purpose is, knowing the why. Also, developing other areas of your business, product quality, maintaining it and everything. All of these are important avenues, don't get me wrong. but training has to be up there with knowing your why, product quality, the quality of people you bring in are only good if you train them correctly. It is so frustrating to be put into a position that you don't know much about and get in trouble, leave the job simply because you weren't trained well. Well, none of this happens. Training doesn't happen unless we specifically focus on it. What I've learned is this: you get what you emphasize. You want a successful team? Take some time. Take some time and really think through how I can really get the most out of that team member by designing a well thought through and a clear training plan. You'll have people that will just grow in the company simply because they've been trained well. Thanks for joining with me today on From the Garage. Get busy on that training plan. Not this weekend. Save it to Monday. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your family. We'll see you on Monday. Thanks for joining me today on From the Garage. Be well.